Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is Peekaboom from Boss Clan. What a good clan boss is. We've come up against them a few times at MI6 on the Clan Wars map at Tier 8, and they always put in some really good games and actually teach us a few things about how to play Clan Wars just by playing against them. Now, Peekaboom, who I reckon I've been in a clan with him before under maybe a different name, I'm not sure. Peekaboom sent me a couple of replays, and this is one of them, T37, the American Tier 6 light tank. He's platooned with his old mate Aimbot from Boss Clan as well, and they're on Serene Coast. Now, Peekaboom has knocked a few buildings over, cleared himself some room, and he's done a little bit of spotting. See there, he spotted that Panzer IV-H, Tier 5 German medium tank. Then he moved back and took some shots. Took a shot into him, but because of his good camouflage rating, he wasn't spotted himself. Also, it obviously depends where the enemy tanks are, whether they can see you or not. But he's got some cover with the buildings around him, but also the bushes. And he's lighting up that Panzer IV-H. He's also lighting up, he lit up that Su-100Y, the very dangerous Tier 6 Russian tank destroyer. And he's putting some good shots into that Panzer IV-H.
Enemy armor is hit. Critical hit.
Kept him trapped, which is a very clever thing to do. A lot of opinions going on in the chat about noobs buying Tier 8 premiums. There are no Tier 8 premiums in this game, so I'm not really sure what he's talking about. But Peekaboom's kept keeping that Su-100Y lit up. Tracks him again, so if somebody shoots him, he's definitely going to get the assisted damage, and he's unlucky with that last shot, but now he's putting a few shots into him. That one looked like it went a little bit high. Hits him again. He's probably hoping for another tracking shot there. Now he's just looking around. He's looking at the map. They're down 2 to 3. He's a little bit concerned about his mate in the 5916. Aimbot has just been killed. In the middle of the map, his mate Bob's just been killed. A few of his tanks that were on that side have been killed, but it looks like he's winning the waterline. The Peekaboom's team on the waterline, the OI, the KV1, and I think it's maybe the T20, are pushing down that way, and it looks like they're winning. It looks like they're cutting through the enemy side. They're only down one tank. The enemy tank are pushing the northwest flank with the Su-12244 as well as the IS, but now it looks like they're starting to break through. They've only got the Su-85 to contend with, who's only a Tier 5, but it's a Tier 7 game. The Tier 5 is going to have a lot of trouble. There goes the Tier 5. They're down 5-7 now. And Peekaboom, he's picked up a kill. He's picked up 929 damage as well. Now he's running back to his base to try and make sure that S-51 artillery is safe. And make sure the enemy don't cap him out. Now with the new mechanics, he's trying to get up on that little ridge, but it's not quite working for him, old Peekaboom. But he's keeping that Su-12244 lit. His sixth sense has gone off, so he knows he can't push into him. That Su-12244 is a very powerful gun, as the artillery just found out.
Enemy armor is hit.
Goes to take a sneaky shot. He's calling for help. The T20 looks like the T20 might be coming back to try and outflank the KV1 and the Su-12244. They're down 6 tanks to 9, and someone's on the cap. That's the IS. So Peekaboom puts a shot into the IS, which stops him capping, but it also gives away his position. So now, of course, the T37 American Tier 6 lightweight has a much higher rate of fire than the IS, but the IS is going to do more damage. Up to 164 damage for his trouble there, but his circle jerk in the IS, I think that's what it's called, was outrunning his turret, but now he's sort of been backed into a corner. The toaster tank, that's what I'm going to call it, gets rid of that IS, which is a very dangerous tank, the IS, especially at top tier. Now he resets the cap by shooting the KV1 in the tracks.
One of our tracks is damaged.
KV-1 generally won't do too well against the T37. T37 sets him on fire, puts shots into him, kills him and gets rid of the one that was capping. There is a KV-2 coming up, which is a very dangerous tank indeed. But between the T37 and the T70, maybe the KV-2 will get taken out. The KV-2's just been fired, so we all know the KV-2's got a long aim and reload time. He seems to be more focused on the T70. So Peekaboom puts quite a few shots into him, and T1 Heavy takes him out in the end. Now he's putting some blind shots into that Jackson. And look at Peekaboom's ammunition count. He's only got 10 shots left now. 5 normal shells, 4 now premium ammunition. One more shot into that SU will kill him, and he picks up his 3rd kill of the game. So now it's only the T20 left and Peekaboom in his little T37. But looking at the enemy tanks, the T1 Heavy and the Jackson won't have much of a view range. So Peekaboom needs to use that advantage, but their T37, who looks like he's not a bad player, will have the view range, the same view range that Peekaboom has. Looking at the in-game stats, he has had plenty of games, the enemy T37, he's had plenty of games in that tank, so he's probably got a decent crew. Peekaboom's letting his team know that he's only got a few shells left, and he's going to camo up, take advantage of the camo bonus, and get into this bush and hope that the enemy push. The T1 Heavy, T5 Heavy tank, I don't know if he's going to be brave enough to push into a Tier 6 and a Tier 7. Do they know that Peekaboom's teammate, the T20, is on very low hit points? He's only on 60 hit points. The T20 is now sitting behind Peekaboom. Peekaboom's saying, I don't want any of that. I don't want you to use me as a shield. He's going to try and get some vision somehow without risking his health. He's got 253 hit points. My mod pack tells me that the Jackson's on full health. The T1 Heavy is on 167 health. T37's a one shot for anyone. He's only on 16 health. So maybe they're sitting at base. There's still plenty of time. There's still 7.5 minutes to go in this game. So Peekaboom can take his time, think about what he's going to do, and go from there. Kicking back near the cap. The T20, obviously he can't afford to go forward. He hasn't got much health. I've got no idea what he's done during the game. He's a tier higher than the enemy tanks, and he can likely one-shot the T1 Heavy and the T37. Now the Jackson's getting brave, takes a shot.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration.
Takes a couple more shots. Peekaboom gets rid of him, but they lose the T20. So it's Peekaboom versus T37, who's only on 16 hit points, and the T1 Heavy. T1 Heavy is on 167 hit points, according to Aslane's mod pack. So Peekaboom, I know he's a good player, and if he's a player I'm thinking he is, when he was in another clan that I was in, you'll know that he could afford to take a shot, and he can still afford to take a shot from the T1 Heavy if he has to. He's got 253 hit points. T1 Heavy would do around about 100 or a bit less than 100 hit points. He's got 2 premium shells left. That's one of them, and that's another one. The second one misses. He's got the last shell. He has to make sure this last shell penetrates, because he's going to be out of ammunition now. There is a medal for winning the game with the last shell. He can't afford to take any speculative shots. The T1 Heavies has fired. He's fired again, but missed. Fires and gets him. He still can't kill him with one shot. Gets up next to him, kills him, and takes him out of the game with the last piece of ammunition in his arsenal. And look at that result for Peekaboom from Boss Clan, who sent me this replay. What an awesome game. A mastery badge. The Bruiser badge for damaging at least 5 enemies, modules, or injuring crew members. Arsonist, because he lit one of those tanks on fire. Duelist, killing 2 enemies that cause damage to your vehicle in the one battle. Fire for effect. He's got the Faden's medal. That's the medal I was talking about. That's the one for destroying the last enemy vehicle in the battle with the last shell remaining. That would have been absolutely nerve-wracking. That's why Peekaboom took the time to get up close and personal to that T1 heavy at the end to make sure he didn't bounce it. Even though he's a tier 6 light tank and he was a tier 5 heavy tank, any tank can bounce any shell from any enemy tank unless it's aimed properly. So he really wanted to make sure he had the side of that T1 heavy to take out and win the game and carry the game. Of course, he got the high caliber and naturally got the top gun for killing 6 enemy tanks. Look at the second page of the post-game battle results. 3,629 damage. That's massive for a tier 6 light tank in a tier 7 game. 1,643 base experience. Fired 50 shells. That must be what it carries because he ran out of ammunition at the end. Fired 50 shells, 44 of them hit. There were a couple of blind shots there. That's why he missed a few shots. And a couple of unlucky sniping shots at the start of the game. 34 penetrating shots for his 3,629 damage. Nearly 1,400 of that was from a large distance. He received 5 hits. 4 of them did damage to him. And he spotted 3 enemy tanks. I thought he spotted more towards the start of that game. And damaged and destroyed 10 and 6. Only 43 spotting damage for all that, but so he was the one out there dishing out the damage. Actually lost credits in that game, and I think that's just wrong, even if you fired all gold. Lost 26,000 credits. If you had a premium account, you still would have lost 7,000 credits. But travelled 2.7 Ks. The game went for 9 minutes. 50 shots fired. It would have been a very, very tense moment, especially at the end when he was going for that Faden's medal by killing the last tank with the last shot. And of course all the other medals he did. A massive carry by Peekaboom from Boss Clan. Unlucky for Aimbot. He only managed to get 1 kill for 7 damage, but he did a bit of spotting and I'm sure he lit up quite a few of the enemy tanks in the centre in that little gully. Great result there from Peekaboom. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the replay, Peekaboom. That was an awesome game. If you enjoyed this replay, please think about subscribing, liking or making a comment down the bottom. Thanks for watching everyone. Take care and we'll see you all next time.